Hi Cancer, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot, Twin Flames in Recovery. My name is Kay, and this week I'm looking at both sides of the Twin Flame duality, polarity, whatever. Starting out with Yang this morning for your guys' sign, and that would be the light and more masculine, active components of the connection. If you resonate with that energy, this is your reading. If you find, however, that it doesn't resonate, you might want to check the yin half of your reading, which we'll post this evening. Small note about that, while I never do these readings with the intention of spying on one's twin flame, I don't judge you for that or say that it's wrong. I simply ask that if you are a cross watcher, you use your discernment in sorting things out, the different energies where they belong, as I will be using the term you throughout the readings, aimed at whoever's on the title, okay? So this will be directed toward Cancer Yang. It's also, keep in mind, regardless of gender, so we all have a mixture of both masculine and feminine qualities or energies within us in flux, so it doesn't matter if you're if you identify as female, you could still resonate more with this Yang masculine side at this time, so please keep that in mind. Okay, Cancer, I have pre-shuffled these two oracle decks up here, so I'm going to start by splitting this I Ching of Love oracle deck and getting two cards from that. This will just be kind of an overall theme or things to consider for your reading. The first card out is 15, which comes to a 6, and it says uniqueness. And the other card is 34, which adds up to 7, and it says trust. It's an elephant there. I like that. Alright, I'm going to read to you from the book what those two cards mean, and then we'll get into the tarot. So 15 says uniqueness. Love happens and is not anything flashy. It reveals itself in an image of modesty that the hexagram illustrates as the mountain below that hides in the earth above. The oracle is a favorable omen. Okay. And what was this? 34? The other one says 34, trust. The hexagram indicates the power of strength, firmness. The oracle is therefore saying that you have the opportunity to achieve true greatness. You only have to evolve according to the nature of things. Okay. Well, those were kind of vague, but hopefully they resonate for you, Cancer. Sometimes they're a little bit more, I don't know. But let me clear these off the table and then lay out the tarot cards. So y'all saw me shuffle this tattoo tarot deck on camera. I'm going to go ahead and split it now. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm going to pull those cards for you. Good grief. Alright. This tablecloth kind of, it wrinkles up really easily, so I try to be careful. First card out we have is Strength, which that Oracle card was just talking about. So that's a major for Leo energy. Also in your thoughts, we have the Six of Wands, more Leo energy. And the King of Wands, that can also be Leo, also Sagittarius or sometimes Aries. Not all elements of the reading will be directly addressed around your twin flame connection. Keep that in mind. The third row focuses more on that specifically, but it can show up anywhere in the reading. So having said that, let me pull the next row. For feelings, we have the Four of Wands. Aries energy. Only fire so far, guys. But then we have the Hanged Man. Cold bucket of water there in the center. Major for Pisces energy. And the Eight of Cups, more Pisces energy. I'm looking at these first before I lay out the final row, which will be intentions. So you are thinking about a victory that you either have achieved or are going toward right now, Cancer. This has required a lot of courage and compassion on your part. It's encouraged you to be strong and to take ownership of your side of the street, as they say in AA. So, like, to accept your responsibilities and what you think. In other words, you're not being a coward, like you're not running away from the truth as far as what you may or may not have contributed to certain things. You're standing in King of Wands energy, so again, regardless of gender, that's where, and your thought, and keep in mind this is all mental now, so sometimes we'll feel one thing and we'll cover it up by thinking other things. I'm not saying that's what I see here. Sometimes, though, the two can kind of have discrepancies. But I'm looking at this just by itself in your thoughts, okay? So it's about this triumphant victory that is seen by others, maybe receiving some kind of accolades or awards for something, achieving something. And the King of Wands being that conqueror, that, you know, that fiery, passionate, charismatic, self-confident energy. So this is all very energetic, Cancer, I want to say. You might have some fire in your chart or be dealing with someone who has, but even if not, I just see you really deciding mentally that you're going to, I just got the phrase ride the bull in my head, which, I don't know, maybe some of you are dealing with a Taurus, I don't know. But yeah, so you're definitely on, like, let's march ahead and just, it's a very ambitious, enthusiastic, and confident energy. I'll leave it there. In your feelings, though, you feel like there is something that's stuck, and that revolves around, if not your twin flame union specifically, although that can be the case, with the Four of Wands, also sometimes known as the 1111 card, because the wands are often parallel to each other. With that energy, it's like you, even if it's not about your twin flame, though, even if it's about another relationship, it indicates a reason to celebrate in, like, a home kind of, in matters related to home and stability. So, like, marriages, baby showers, engagements, buying a house together, things that are important, that are, you know, talk about family and home. You feel that that kind of energy, while it's accessible to you and you find it possible, you feel that it's right now in a very stuck place. Like, spiritually, you're kind of seeing that the situation doesn't seem like it's going to budge for right now, and so you feel you're trying to detach from it emotionally. So in your feelings, we see you walking away here with the Eight of Cups. It's going to be different for everyone, but whether that relates to the top row thoughts as far as, you know, you have to be strong to walk away from this, and you have to see it as a victory for yourself in your life in order to achieve this king status where you're standing in your power, or if it's about another issue. Of course, it is a twin flame reading, but like I said, this is just a general snapshot of your energy. I do think, though, that it may be, I lean more toward, in most cases, that it is related to the twin flame connection, that you're mustering up all this enthusiasm and ambition about, because in your heart you feel that the situation right now is stagnant, and so you need to walk away from it. So, final three cards here in intentions. We have the Knave of Coins, same thing as the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Coins, Virgo energy, and the King of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, sometimes Libra energy. So, okay, so you're taking on King of Wands and King of Swords energy. You've got, you know, all the fiery, ambitious thoughts going on, and in your intentions, you know, you're going to remain firm about working with this Eight of Coins on yourself and on this capacity for strength and victory. With the Knave of Coins there, that Page of Pentacles, I kind of see that as being like you're taking the pentacle that you might have been intending to put toward a twin flame connection. Having walked away, you know, your intention is to take that and put it toward, just another one toward this, in this 8 of coins area, to get you to the 9, where you're independent and self-sufficient and all that on your own. And of course, especially with the kings in there, that's an even higher ambition for yourself. So you want to be in charge, and you also want to let your head rule over your heart. So if you are still having some of these lingering feelings, that we see the only water in the reading is here in the feelings row. Mostly though, just feeling kind of like, you can't continue to, you can't unsee what you've seen. And you've seen that the way the status of this union at this current time, you have no choice but to walk away. So with that being how you feel, it's kind of like, okay, but you wouldn't feel that way if you were detached from the situation already. If you were moved away from it and had started to heal, were fully healed. So with the King of Swords, it's like, I have to understand no matter what I feel. So for instance, even if this person were to approach you, with that Page of Pentacles, which that can also be talking about here, or Knave of Coins in this case. Even if someone were to come approach you with some type of offer, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if your heart starts going, pitter-patter and really longing for this person, and gets lit up full of glee to see them, and you feel this strong connection, and whatever happens, it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to lead with what I know, with the facts that are in front of me. I'm going to stand firm in this decision, moving forward in my life and trying to achieve this success for myself. And I'm also not going to be swayed by anyone's one pentacle or by any kind of emotional feelings that are not serving me at my highest good. So you're going to keep working on that bag. And 3D outcomes, this is going to be what you might actually see in this earthly plane in the next few weeks or months within the connection. This card is the 5D outcome, which I see as just sort of a shot, like just taking the temperature of the connection and the general trajectory it's headed. So looking at the 3D outcome, we have the 10 of Swords. This is a card of being hurt, basically, in the worst way that you kind of can, like being at rock bottom, feeling betrayed and backstabbed and just very hurt. But it's kind of like, now that the worst has happened, you can start to go up, so it looks like this connection, whatever your intentions are, and free will is always at play, even if you succeed in sort of deflecting this person, if they do approach you and letting them know this isn't the right thing for you right now, either you'll feel this 10 of Swords, in yourself, because you genuinely feel like something's missing and you're in pain and like something's been ripped away when you're in separation from this person. That will be temporary, because even with your twin flame, if it's an eternal connection, there's still times when you can focus on other things in your life, and you can focus on yourself and raise your own vibration and have this ambition and compassion and strength to work toward other goals. It's usually once you get yourself fixed up and you have room to let someone else in your life at that same vibration that you attract the right kind of energy. Or if it's just because, this person, maybe somehow they're persistent and you kind of give them another chance, and then that just winds up in another cycle that ends in betrayal and heartbreak again. And I feel like you've already been through it with this person and you know what that feels like. So seeing that that's a possibility, might just be better to, take those losses now for yourself, Cancer, and feel whatever kind of pain you're going to feel so that you can truly begin to heal. And then all of this wonderful manifestation up here in your thoughts will be much easier to access. Then in the 5D outcome, we have the Hermit card, Major Arcana for Virgo energy. So I see this as being an intense opportunity throughout the ups and downs of this connection, Cancer, for you to go within and continue to follow where Spirit leads you, and your higher self, to continue to gain wisdom about this connection and how it's playing out in your life, and how everything connects, kind of looking at the bigger story. Maybe even like writing your story, something like that, where you can start to process things in a way that, and if you're aiming for the King of Swords too, you can add a little bit of that energy in there to be helpful, because the King of Swords energy is interesting. You might want to cut this cord too. But the King of Swords energy is very discerning, if I could speak. The King of Swords energy is very discerning as well. So when you go into hermit mode, you'll be able to kind of slice up some of that stuff and look into it and realize why you are where you're at and why you feel how you feel. So as we all know, or if you're here, you probably have some knowledge or whatever you've read about the twin flame journey. And a lot of it is about, gaining that wisdom and raising our own vibration, and not so much about when do I get to be with this person. Because the more you chase after it, the further away it seems to get. All right. Frustrating, but it is what it is. Finally, I also pre-shuffled this Twin Flame Oracle deck. Going to get 2 cards from the center here in the reading. We have Hidden Path. Detour, slow down, explore, go in a new direction. Definitely. That kind of fits into what we were saying with the Hermit card and with these intentions that you have. And also we have Romance. Revel, flow, savor, entice. Open yourself to romance. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how that resonates for you, Cancer Yang. I'm thinking right now that it's probably because as you decide to walk away from this connection for the time being, or even if in your head it's just eternally abandoning this journey for the betterment of self, you will have other opportunities for love, for soulmates, high-level soulmates, even more karmic soulmates if you want to go a few more rounds of fun, with learning lessons the hard way, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, obviously you do have some looking inward to do first and healing and whatnot, but in the meantime, I believe that Spirit is advising you not to wait around for this person, Cancer. Work on yourself, and what belongs to you will come to you. So, Cancer, I appreciate your time and attention, and I'd also really appreciate any likes, shares, subscriptions, etc. to help the channel grow. I will see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye, Cancer.